I don't use my usual board today because I actually wrote this episode's banner yesterday on a Sunday. Although I actually made a mistake. Instead of Fikanon's Kido Airaku, Ki Aido Raku. Ikimasu! Fikanon's Kido Airaku. Konnichiwa! Hi everyone, Fi here as always from Tokyo, Japan. As I mentioned in my, behind the stage talk, I actually came back from Cup Noodle Museum, my very first experience going there, and I also made my own cup noodle. So it means I have a lot to update today, although my weekday was actually pretty boring, pretty plain. But I'll be talking a lot about my weekend. Of course, this is for Mogu Mogu time. So stay tuned! It's time for Fikanon's update! Last week, after I did recording for Fikanon's Kido Airaku episode 13, on my way to work, I actually met this cat that has always been around my home. Actually been like 2 weeks maybe since I last met it. I told it that the next time I pass by, I will be bringing food, so maybe I will meet it today. I've prepared food in my bag. I started doing new cooking. This is actually an idea that I got from my trainer. Lately, even though I want to cook, I'm kinda out of idea of what to cook because I want to cut on carbs, I want more protein. But I got kinda bored with brown meat, which is like just grilled, as well as fried food. I try to avoid making fried food at home because it's super messy and I think it's a waste of oil. My trainer actually recommended me to put tofu in my salada and it tasted super good. I've been eating that combination for the last 3 to 4 days. He told me to use olive oil and salt, pepper. I only tried that today and it's too healthy for me. Instead, on Friday, I actually used Caesar salad dressing. On Saturday, I used Japanese style onion sauce. That was super good. Well, on Saturday, as usual, I had very long day in work, so I had my own Natsu Matsuri. Supermarket near my home is doing a Natsu Matsuri summer festival design. They were promoting beer. Everything looks so good, and these two beer, well, they are very suitable for Natsu, for summer, because they are actually lighter, very easy to drink. I gulped them in no time, my own self-healing time. On Sunday, I went to Yokohama actually to see the Moving Gundam. I actually went to see the Moving Gundam back in January, but I didn't pay the entrance fee, means I only been seeing the top half of it. I regretted not going in because this Gundam will be here until next year's March or next year's April. So I actually asked my friend whether she's interested in going or not, and she said yes. Not every day we go to Yokohama, so I asked her like, is there anywhere else she wants to see in Yokohama? And she said she wants to go to the Cup Noodle Museum, and so we went. And I had a lot of fun. Once we go to the second floor, is a room for all the cup noodle packaging that is by Nissin. This was super cute. I don't know, it just feels super Instagrammable as well. I really like this one where they actually collaborated with Gundam. I think there are lots of photo spots. So for example, like this one, there's also the Base of Point of View. Trick Art Museum was famous like a few years ago, right? Something like that. When we went to third floor, that's where we made our own cup noodle. I did my own yakisoba before when I went to Yumi Urilando. First thing first, we were given an empty cup noodle cup. Then we get to decorate it. That's where I wrote the Fikanon's Kido Airaku, and then I draw chicken and egg because that's what I really love. We were being asked to write the date, 2021, August 1st. The cup noodle we made is only safe to eat within 1 month. After that, we were to pick what soup stock I want, and I chose the chicken soup, and then pick 4 toppings. I picked ebi, prawn, tamago, egg, and then I picked the garlic chips, and I picked cheddar cheese. I look forward to it, yay! There are 2 places that are closed. Yokohama is currently under state of emergency as well, but nothing really changed because even though I got the tickets on Thursday, the state of emergency announcement was on Friday. Nothing is cancelled, but Yokohama had lesser people than I expected. Well, that's good for me though. After that, we went to the 5th floor where there's written as Noodle Bazaar, where they actually showed noodles from Asian country. This is what they had for mee goreng. which is teppanyaki style yakisoba. It didn't taste as what we expected at all because we know how good mie goreng is. The only Indonesian like they use is kecap manis. It was so sweet. I had small chicken ramen as well. We can choose 2 toppings. I put egg with cheddar cheese. After that, we went to check the omiyage area and this was super cute. And at last, we went to the Gundam deck. I was super touched. So at first, I only see it from the first floor, bottom to up. It wasn't as touching as when I saw it from the second floor because I could really see the legs moving, make a big step. So even though that was actually my 5th time seeing Gundam moving, I was like, oh, sugoi, that my friend was also look at me right away. I ended up buying 2 Gundam kits that I don't think I'll be building anytime soon because I don't have any glass wardrobe. My all-time favorite Exia clear version. This is only available in Gundam base, which is either in Yokohama or Odaiba. At first, I told my friend, well, I don't really need to buy this now because I can always buy it when I go to Odaiba. But she made me buy it by saying, you know, the Gundam base in Odaiba is super big. It means that if you go there, you will want to buy more. So if you buy now, there's no reason for you to go to the Odaiba Gundam base. So yes, I ended up buying now. The other one that I bought is the one that is currently at Gundam deck, but it is black version because they're actually using parts which is more friendly to the environment. To everyone who entered the Gundam deck, we actually got this kit as well for free, but of course it's not movable, so well, I'll build this soon. Not really soon, well, until I have a glass wardrobe. Moga Moga Timer desu ya! Alright, another special version of Moga Moga Timer because I'm going back to my food review, cup noodle food review. This is like balloon so that no one will crush the cup noodle after they made it. I'm supposed to put straw here so that the wind will go out and so that it will compress, so that it will deflate, but I don't have any of that right now, so I'll go and get scissors. This was supposed to be white, but I colored them because I actually have no sense of art at all. My friend, she drew chicken mascot of Nishin, but this is the best I can do when it comes to chicken. And then there's egg, that's why I put oyako, means parents and children. Chicken and egg. And then here I wrote itadakimasu, moga moga timer. They actually showed how they placed this seal and then how they use heat for the plastic as well, so that the plastic will... there's actually dotted line where I can just poke. Okay. And for my topping, cheddar cheese, tamago, egg, garlic chips, and ebi prawn. So without further ado, I'm going to fill in water. 3 minutes is up and it's time for my cup noodle. So it smells super good. Well, this is also my lunch, so I'm kind of hungry. Itadakimasu! Hi! Smells super good! Sasuga P-chan for choosing the right topping. So here's the tamago. And there's ebi. Not sure about the cheese. Maybe the soup will taste a bit thicker. It's okay, don't it? Looks super hot though. Actually, I feel good though. Because it's so hot, I cannot slurp more than what I blew. Ebi prawn. Yokohama is a port town. Whenever we do our walk, sea is super beautiful, especially now that it's summer, it's super blue. Definitely a place that I would recommend people going if visiting Tokyo. And of course, see the Gundam. A day trip to Yokohama will be good. I'll finish this up. Today, I'll be continuing with the alphabet keyword talk. I'll be talking about R for role playing. What gave me this idea is actually Loki TV series. It means that there's a variant of me somewhere. So if I were to roleplay, or if there's another me, what kind of life would I want to imagine? Well, this is a part of my dark past of my Tunivio year. Back when I was in secondary school, I really loved to make fan fiction related to Visual Kei bands. I was actually pretty good in class. I always get A's and all those. One of my teachers actually told the other kids, you know, you guys should learn to be like V because you always take notes in class. He didn't know that I'm actually writing fan fiction in class. I really wrote all my fan fiction with hand, and then I will type it when I go back home. That's how much I love to write fan fiction. But anyway, I'll start with reality first. I have always been wanting to have an older brother. Well, I'm the only child, although I'm not trying to complain to anyone, okay? The reason why I want an older brother is because I actually want to play computer games, to play consoles. I only had PlayStation 1 and Nintendo DS in my life. I always think that if I were to have an older brother, I may be able to play PlayStation 2 and maybe computer games as well. Although, if I were to ask any other people with an older brother, they would be like, no, you think my older brother wants to share with me, something like that. But yes. I also wish that I have a twin. I mentioned that one of my favorite anime Chobits is because I really like Chi, but I really love the pairing of Elder Freya, the twin, someone that I can talk to. Sometimes, even though I dare to go to places alone, sometimes I do feel awkward. I do talk to myself a lot as well. Lastly, well, I do wish to have an older sister as well. A good way to share makeup, to share clothing. Although thinking about it now, my mom is like my older sister because a lot of her clothes are actually going to me. Although sometimes our style, of course, don't match up, but yes. Not that I don't enjoy being an only kid. When I was younger, my mom said that I didn't want any younger sibling. Well, I don't know. Another thing about what if will be, when I was young, what kind of ambition do I have in mind? What I really wanted to be was actually stewardess. I am afraid of heights, so I can't really say that loving airplane is one reason, but I don't know, I just like it when the air stewardess act in front of the cabin, like this is how you fasten your seatbelt, this is how you wear the safety jacket. Although I think not many steward nor stewardess do it anymore because now everything is in video form, but that actually made me want to be a stewardess. Another wish that I wanted to be would be like ballerina, violinist. I think that's about it because once I entered secondary school, once I started to fall in love with anime culture, I wanted more to be a singer. That's how I started cosplay, and that's how I just be who I am right now. That's how Fikanon is really born. I'm pretty much achieving my ambition. I do sometimes think of want to be a teacher as well, so yes, most probably I am pretty satisfied. And now for the last reality related role-playing. What if? I truly wish there's a way to enter the 2D world because at the end of the day I'm still an otaku. So I'm going to mention my husband knows. When I had free time, I actually did think about what kind of situation that ended up bringing us together, starting from my all-time husbando, who is actually my first love, which is Hotohori from Fushigi, and I simply want to be his wife, which is Hoki. Even though Fushigi is reverse harem anime, Miyaka, the main character, actually is the one who can get all the guys, I still believe that Hotohori loves his wife the most, which is Hoki. That's why I do want to be Hoki. And the next one is also my all-time bias, is Hakai from Sayaki Reload. I want to be Kana's reincarnation. Hakai's love actually incest because Kana is Hakai's twin sister. But yes, I really do wish to be Kana's reincarnation so that Hakai can love me. One of the frenemy of Sanzo group is Yaone. She actually looks like Kana. I think Yaone will also be good with Hakai.
Third one from a game, Starry Sky. Well, I don't play it though because at the end of the day, I'm not so into otome game. I'm just so lazy to read the story, but I love this series because of the super gorgeous seiyuu cast, and my bias is Hoshitsuki Sensei. I just like more mature adult guys than the same age or younger. And Hoshitsuki Sensei is actually the principal of the school which the main character goes to. In my story, I would want to be his ex-student, ended up as a sensei there, that's why we can have relationship. Fourth one, also my all-time favorite, Husbando by my first seiyuu love, which is Ono Daisuke, is Sinbad from Magi. Well, his entrance in Magi definitely is something that no one can forget. For Sinbad, I think I'll go for arranged marriage, although I'm not sure whether Sinbad will like it or not. Fifth, this is from the only otome game that I fell hard with, Mystic Messenger. I really love being able to get phone call, even though I hope that it's in Japanese more than Korean, but it's so good that even though it's in Korean, in a language that I don't understand, I still enjoy it a lot. And my all-time husbando is 707. I love 7 as a whole. I'll forever be his MC, I don't mind that. And the rest, I can't really put a number from 6 to 12, but they are Matsu, Iku from Starry Sky also, and there's Jojo, and then there's Sebastian, and then Levi, and I have Rin and Makoto from Free. Actually, my first love from Free was Haru, but at the end of the day, I think Rin and Makoto are more reliable. I should try to think more realistic setting. Even though I like to do roleplay, I don't really enjoy those that involves magic or vampire because I think it's a bit too hard for me to imagine something that is not really relatable. And most of my husband though, after all, based on my first seiyuu love, is Ono Daisuke. Since I mentioned that I like to write fanfiction, I'm going to list down the names, job, the status, and the meeting points that I like to use because my fanfiction is usually centered around me. It's another life or another ideality that I would love to try in real life. My variant will be these people. Starting from name, I like to use the name Kanon for my character. Well, it's me. And then I like to use Julius. I don't mind people calling me Julius as well. Sometimes that's my nickname. And beside that is Elda. Like just now is from Chobits, the Elda Freya. So if I were to have an older sister in my fanfiction, the name will either be Freya or sometimes I will use Elsa. And when it comes to status, I like pianist or violinist, whether it's teaching or whether it's performing. What I like sometimes as my plot is I play piano, I play violin in a cafe, and then the Visual Kei band member actually came, and then I actually cover one of the J-Rock of Visual Kei song, and then the person will be like, oh, this is not a song that anyone will know. Something like that. I would also love to do model because Visual Kei band members usually also do modeling, so sometimes like collaboration or they design, then I can become the model, something like that. Next will be either manager or translator. Visual Kei band member, manager. Translator will be something like if they do a tour or concert overseas and then they will need help in translating, and then I can be there. And talking about touring overseas, I would also love to be English teacher. To get ready for their next concert overseas, they actually want to learn basic English, and that's where I come. So to meet Visual Kei band members, you need to go to the company or in a random cafe. Meeting points, I like to do bus or plane. Bus is, oh, you actually play violin? Where do you play? I always see you bringing violin and we always ride the same bus. I mean, like that will also work. Anything will do. Collaboration, as I mentioned just now for the modeling. Oh, this is what I like also. Oni-chan is a bandmate. This is of course the most ideal. That's how I always daydream a lot when I was in secondary school. Alright, that's all I have for this episode. This is another regular episode where I recorded everything not in order. Well, I talk a lot. Well, what's new? So, I would like to make an apology that I cannot make weekly episode for August. Scheduling in August is super tiring. So troublesome.
Well, I'm going to have another trip also, so well, just gonna enjoy it. So the next episode will be episode 15 and it will be uploaded on the 20th of August, 2 weeks from now. I believe I will have a lot to talk during that episode as well. Henshu Taihan with a lot of editing to do as well. I'll end today's episode with Hitokoto Nihongo, my one phrase Japanese. So here it goes. 2週間なんですけど、また楽しみにしてね。Another 2 weeks, but please look forward to it because I will definitely be missing this platform. Okay. Alright, thank you for watching. This was V as always from Tokyo, Japan with lots of love.